What is the worst note on the oboe? Now, if your reed is bad, all of them. If you have a player that can't match pitch, all of them. But assuming those two things are okay, there is one note that is particularly tricky. Oboe players, you knew this was coming, and it's F. You see, on the oboe, there are 4 different ways to play F, depending on what model you have and what kind of situation you find yourself in your music. This is a student model Yamaha, and there are only 2 ways to play F on this instrument. You have your regular fingering, which is 2 fingers, and the banana key. Get on the boat, the banana boat. And then we have the forked F fingering, where you do first finger, third finger, and then add this E flat key. If you don't add the E flat key, it sounds really stuffy. Let's take a listen to those. Now, some oboes have an additional key to help out with your F fingering. So this is a intermediate Selmer model, and this has something called the resonance key, which sits right under your E flat key. If I put them side by side, you'll see the difference. Yeah, so you see the one on the top has an extra key right there. That's called the resonance key. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to do forked F without needing the E flat key. However, forked F on any of these instruments is really difficult to control the pitch. It often is wildly out of tune. Now, some oboes have an additional key right here, so you can do a left pinky F. And unfortunately, I don't have one to demonstrate that, but that solves a lot of the problems that we're going to talk about today. So why do we have so many F fingerings? Well, that is because it's similarly to a clarinet. While we have 2 different pinkies for a lot of our pinky notes, sometimes you are kind of forced to do one and not the other. This F right here, the 2-finger banana key, is the easiest to control, but if you play the note E flat right after that, you can't really slur that. You'd have to slide all of your fingers down, and that doesn't really work. So if you're doing E flat, it's common to do forked F. That way you're not sliding your fingers down the oboe. The only problem is forked F is a little bit hard to control. I wish every oboe had a left F key. Let me play a little bit of Frosty the Snowman for you, and there are a couple different situations in here where we could use the 2 different fingerings for F on this Yamaha student model. Okay, let's take a look at measures 7 and 8. In this situation, we have B flat, A flat, G, F, and then B flat. So here we can do the 2-finger banana F because the next note is B flat, and that works out okay. But let's look at the end of the phrase at measure 15 and 16. Here we have B flat, A flat, G, F, but then there's an E flat, so we can't slide it down. So in this scenario, we would probably want to do the forked F. What note do you find to be the most challenging on the oboe? And if you have any suggestions for how to make F a little less awkward, please drop it in the comments below.